There are many abominations out there, but none that are bigger than what World of Warcraft creates. Oh boy, let's begin. Lord and short Arthas. Let's see how messed up can this be.
Arthas Menethil.
I see they brought Jaina as the voice actress for this thing. Oh, that's good. At least you have one voice actor that's worth a damn and good at something, but good's the best he can cut.
Son of King Tyrannus Menethil II, the ruler of Lordaeron. As a promising young paladin, Arthas was trained in combat by Muradin Bronzebeard and learned the ways of the light under Uther the Lightbringer.
Hey, it looks like somebody's done his reading, but I doubt Downser can read anything. Probably has somebody else read the book for him or play the Warcraft 3 campaign. Though I doubt Downser is able to play the Warcraft 3 campaign and he's able to pass like the first mission. Yeah, the one with Thrall where you have to guide him to Medivh.
Soon after his induction into the Knights of the Silver Hand, a plague gripped the Northlands of Lordaeron.
Yeah, right, the Lich King Classic, we get it, Go on.
I joined Arthas to help investigate an insidious disease that caused the dead to rise again. After fighting the infected undead, we encountered the necromancer.
Kinda skipped an important part there, you know, finding the ground dead, Jaina touching it, and Arthas barely bringing her back to life. But again, this makes it just more clear that he didn't read the book, he just had somebody else make a quick summary for him. And apparently that guy that made the quick summary for him also didn't read the book. I think they just went off Wikipedia.
Killed the Zod and discovered his plans to infect outlying villages under the orders of the Dreadlord Mal'Ganis. We set out to stop.
Hey, it's like she's telling the story from her point of view back then, not from her point of view right now. But then again, it kind of makes sense because this is supposedly Jaina from Wrath of the Lich King speaking. I hope. If not, then well, that's a blizzard for you.
The demon before he could reach his next target, the city of Stratholme.
Bunch of good that did, huh? How fast were you then?
When we arrived, too late. The citizens had already consumed poisoned grain that would doom them to rise into undeath. To stop the plague from spreading further, Arthas ordered his knights to purge the entire city. Uther and I were horrified and refused to obey.
But you didn't come up with a better solution. You just said, oh, there might be a solution. Nope, you didn't. You just said, oh, there might be a solution. That there must be another way. When you were faced with the challenge of coming up with a solution that would not, you know, include killing them, you and Uther both failed. Stratholme's on you. Arthas did what was best, what he knew was best. You can't really quarantine a plague that can keep moving if it wants to. A plague that doesn't really care for your walls or cares for if you try to fight it, can you? Because it always comes back. Yeah, but then again, this means that the guys that had to do this need to understand World of Warcraft and Warcraft lore in general. And I'm not, okay, understand me here, I am the best content creator out there. I do not have the expectation for the plebs to know as much as I do. But still, there is some basic stuff that needs to be, you know, laid out.
His cruel command. Those who remained loyal to Arthas joined him and began the culling of Stratholme.
The culling of Stratholme was necessary. Arthas did nothing wrong. Suck on it.
Arthas sought vengeance upon Mal'Ganis, but the demon slipped away to the frozen land of Northrend. While leading his forces in pursuit of Mal'Ganis, Arthas came upon his former mentor, Muradin, searching for a powerful blade called Frostmourne. When the sword was found, Muradin read its inscription.
Now this will be interesting. Will they put the inscription from the game in the book? I'm not thinking them smart enough to do it, but let's see.
And warned the prince that the weapon...
Of course they did not put the inscription. And you know what? The voice clip with Muradin reading that would have been 10 times better than going like, and he warned the prince that the weapon was cursed. No. You see, this even speaks of Blizzard's ability to create good content. It speaks on their inability to create anything that would be worth a damn and to make something that, you know, would harken back to the real fans of this game and the fans that really cared for this world since its RTS days. But the RTS days is shameful. It's a shame to see them, right? It's shameful to be there. It's shameful to know that they exist. It's a shame on them that they have to live with the constant idea and reminder that the RTS game still exists and they will always be better than whatever Shadowlands Dragonflight crap they will make. Let's go on, because it's not done.
Was cursed. But Arthas believed that the blade would give him the power to save his people. When the weapon broke free, a shard of ice struck Muradin down. Heeding the call of Frostmourne, Arthas claimed the sword and left Muradin for dead.
You see, this is another point of revisionist Blizzard history, because the book clearly says that Arthas was looking at his friend and he was worried for him. It was only Frostmourne's call that really changed him and turned him into like this. Into, well, the Death Knight and the Lich King later on. It was Frostmourne's call that took Arthas' soul. Arthas was the first victim to have his soul, well, eaten by Frostmourne, the same way Malau's Darkblade has to fight with his sword, or, you know, Elric of Melniboné has to deal with Stormbringer. But no, they jump over the part where Arthas cared for Muradin, but it was the sword pull him closer to it. Yeah, let's just skip that because Dawnster needs to have something to jack off tonight.
With Frostmourne in hand, Arthas confronted Mal'Ganis, who told him the voice he was now hearing was that of the Lich King, Ner'zhul. Obeying his new master, Arthas slew the Dreadlord and abandoned his troops as he pushed deeper into the frozen north. When Arthas returned to Lordaeron,
Are we gonna jump over the fact that he kind of massacred his own people later on? Like, you seem to be very focused on telling all the bad things he's done, but you seem incompetent to understand the points of the story that are still out there. Yeah, well, Blizzard, what can I say?
Kingdom rejoiced at the homecoming of its beloved prince. But that joy turned to ashes when Arthas entered the throne room and ran the accursed blade through his father.
This would have been a perfect moment to put that scene. What are you doing, Arthas, my son? Succeeding you, father? No. No, of course not. You see, because the people that work at Blizzard have zero insight into how to make anything good. Their ability to make something good is limited to making pretty things. And the art team is the only good thing that's kind of left there, but the art team has to make stupid stuff or stupid stories and stupid designs created by the rest of the whatever lollipop guild that works at Blizzard. But no, let's just skip over the most important and emotional parts of Arthas' story because you're unable to understand them or unable to properly convey them, which is hard to understand and, well, get because you're Blizzard, okay? Even Dawnster with all his undead waifu jacking shenanigans should be able to understand why some parts of the Warcraft 3 campaign and of the book are important to his lore, and there are parts that should have been put here. I'm not asking for you to put his whole journey, like from him when he met Jaina the first time. No, leave that for better people like me to make. You're useless. You should make it so that it's only good enough for people to understand the emotional impact of it. And I'm saying good, but good is an overstatement. I know you will do worse, and I'm seeing you do worse, in fact. So I'm quite surprised that you're doing this. No, not really. It's Blizzard.
Father's heart. Arthas scourged the land in the name of the Lich King Ner'zhul. To reach the throne of his master, Arthas had to...
Did we just skip over the rest of the campaign? You know, the part where Sylvanas deserved what she got, being turned into a Banshee? The part with the Burning Legion? No, I'm just gonna go directly to fighting Illidan. Not even gonna mention once that he fought Illidan before. No? That's all? Really? You see, Blizzard is run by incompetent people. And that's the saddest part. Because incompetence is worse than being stupid. Because from a stupid person, you don't really ask much. Because you know that person is stupid. That person won't be able to give you what you need. They won't be able to do the job you put him to make. But incompetence is even worse. Because you can be smart to be incompetent. And that's like 10 times worse. Well, it's not the case for you know, Blizzard in general, from the dev team to whoever made this, but c'est la vie. This incompetence is frustrating.
Face Illidan's storm rage. After a grueling battle, the victorious Arthas ascended.
No mention of the way he won? With the same trick that Myrddin taught him? With a kick in the belly? No? We're just gonna ignore that? Of course we're gonna ignore that. Because somebody didn't read the book, somebody didn't play the campaign. And of course I'm not expecting Donster to do that. He's unable to do it. I'm not expecting the intern right now to do anything. I'm expecting somebody at Blizzard to have a little light bulb above their head that can wake them up from their constant state of incompetence and ignorance and give them just for a moment, a flash of light that would, you know, light up the room and give them one good idea. But it doesn't come. Much like their wives.
To the frozen throne, he drove his blade through the ice, releasing the spirit of Ner'zhul from its icy prison. The two beings merged into one.
Did this change somehow? Because the campaign clearly shows him that... yeah, whatever, doesn't matter.
And became the true Lich King.
What is this expression, the true Lich King? And I get he's the true king, he did nothing wrong, not his fault, nothing that happened, War Reign of Chaos or the Frozen Throne is his fault. What do you mean by true Lich King? That's stupid. What did you use true Lich King? That makes no sense, because Ner'zhul was the true Lich King before he had Arthas. That was it, he was the true Lich King. They just mean to say that, oh, he became complete. Oh, then why not use those words? I understand vocabulary is kind of a hard thing to grasp, but you know, you always can look up a dictionary, right? You can look it up in a dictionary. Like, my excuse is that I speak a few languages. It's normal for me to bumble things up in different languages. What's your excuse? You only know one, and that one's supposed to be your mother tongue language. I was going to say mother tongue. Yeah, sure, that works too. Huh? True Lich King. That's a dumb statement. It's astonishing how stupid can a person be to use this expression. Because is Bolivar not the true Lich King? Ner'zhul was pretty much a true Lich King. He was the Lich King, the truest form of the Lich King at that current time. Why not use whole? You know? Whole. Whole. It's complete. It's a full circle. Not what your wife does on the street.
Should he rise again from the frozen north, all of Azeroth will face his wrath.
You know what? Now I wish Arthas won. I kind of feel bad for all the times I killed him in ICC, but I wish he won. He should have won this one. There is no doubt about it that if Arthas won and World of Warcraft would have ended at Wrath of the Lich King, we would have been spared of all the stupidity that just went on. We would have been saved of all stupidity that was Battle for Azeroth, Shadowlands, and now Dragonflight. You know what? I want Arthas to win. No, screw Arthas did nothing wrong. Arthas should have won. Because that's the best timeline. The timeline in which the Lich King wins. Will also probably mean Donster goes back to flipping burgers, but nobody cares about that. This is a bad video. Let me show you something. Since it annoyed me to no end. Let me show you something, not that. Here, let's search up my channel. Yeah, Time Walker. There we go. Yeah, here's my channel. Boom. Bunch of videos. And a live stream I did. Doesn't matter. Let's go for Arthas, yeah? Here we have Hail to the King, the full story of Arthas. It takes 3 hours and 32 minutes to go to the most intricate and important details of his story. You understand that? Through all of them until he becomes the Lich King. But you know what? That's not good. Let me go to my playlist right here. And let's go to this. Arthas Unforgiven 2, 1 hour and 28 minutes. You know what this is? This is the best video that explains the whole short story. Okay? This gives you more insight than those 3 minutes will ever give you, because you will not understand important elements and aspects that are missing from the story without it. It's like I'm trying to explain you the story of all the Star Wars movies in a second. It doesn't work. But of course, that presumes somebody at Blizzard knows what they're doing, and as we've established quite a few times, nobody does, nobody knows, and at this point, nobody cares. Because if they cared, that thing would have been completely different. It would also have been longer. Make it 5 minutes. In 5 minutes or 6 minutes, you could have touched a bunch of subjects and do a bunch of work and really put in, you know, the value that, well, this character is worth, and make a video that's useful for new players. But no, all you had to do, all you did, is unfortunately create this abomination, which is not different from other abominations you've done. So let's see what is Warcraft's greatest character given the worst ending because of Shadowlands. He deserved better, and so did Garrosh. And you know, if you go through this whole page thingy, you'll find a bunch of people that not only agree with me, but agree with the person that commented that. It is the character that they've butchered in Shadowlands, and they've taken his corpse again to butcher it again in Wrath of the Lich King Classic. Thank God the story is already written, but the way Blizzard likes to be revisionist and all, don't be so sure of it. If you want Arthas lore, watch my videos, because I'm better than your favorite YouTubers that give you lore, and I'm better than Blizzard at this. And they all know it.